This is the Roulette Master. One of my subscribers, Barry, says that he just keeps winning day after day after day. So he's going to call this new system that he's going to share with us today the Can't Lose Roulette System. And I can't wait to see how amazing it is. Today, we're going to test this system against a Fibonacci 12 system that uses all the numbers around the zeros. And a lot of people have been playing around the zero and winning next to me lately. So I'm excited to test this out as well. Let's get started with that first. And then we'll get to the Can't Lose Roulette System after that. And here we go. So we're going to place some dollar bets, and we're going to be betting on the numbers around the zero and the double zero. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. And we're going to have also have the 27, 26, 27, 28. We'll have the 35, and there's 12 numbers. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. All right, so anything around the zeros, we're going to win. And look at that, right out of the gate, that's a 10 black. Fantastic. So we're already up $24. We're just going to rebet and spin. All right, here we go. And man, I just love the enthusiasm of the people around me at the casino that win with the zeros. And if you lose when you're doing this, you just rebet the same amount again. We're not going to increase after one loss with 12 numbers. So let's see, that's a 22 black. Okay, and we lost again. This is a real system way, a real easy way to place the bets. And actually, on the first one, all you have to do is hit the double key. We're not doubling, but we're adding 1 + 1, which is the first two bets together, to get a $2 bet. And look at that, we're right around the zeros. That is a 14. How about that? So we are currently up $48. We're going to go back to our original $12 bet and spend. All right, here we go. And we're going to get around the zeros again here. I think that's a 26 black. And yes, that's a $24 win. We're up $72. We're just going to rebet and spin. Yeah, this guy that's been playing next to me a lot lately, Michael, he has a party every time he hits the zeros, and I think it's pretty cool to see that kind of enthusiasm out there. Let's rebet and spin. If we lose this one, we'll add up 1 + 1, and that'll put a $2 bet out there, and we did lose. So we're going to go ahead, and this is the only one you can hit the double button on. We're going to go from $1 to $2. And here we go. That's a 16 red. We lost, so now we add up 2 + 1, which is 3. So all we have to do is add $1 to each, and we're in business. And all it has to do is eventually hit somewhere near the zeros, and we're going to win. So let's go ahead and spin here. This is a $36 total bet, and here we go. All right, right next to the zero, so we know that we won. And that's a $72 win there. We're up $96. So let's drop back to 12 where we started. And let's start making some more money. And this is definitely a really good way to play. And a lot of people even think that those automated machines hit the zeros more than other numbers. I don't know about that, but let's rebet and spin again. And then there's people out there that think that the dealers can hit around the zero because that usually helps them out. But either way, a lot of people I see winning playing around the zero. So we're going to hit the double button. It's the only time we can do that. We're going from $1 to $2 on each of these. But all we're really doing is adding 1 + 1. And that's a 25 red right there. Oh, we didn't bet on that one, though. It's pretty close to the zeros, but not right next to it. So on those ones there, we were at 2. So we had 2 + 1, and then we'll be at $3. Let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. Okay, now we're at a $36 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 15 black. Okay, that's another loss. So we were at 3, and the one before that was 2. So we're going to go to 5. So all you have to do is bring these up to $5. Real simple math. And here we go. All right, let's get around those zeros and see if we can try to hit one. Here we go. All right, we almost hit it, so we know we won. And that's a $120 win. We're up $132 already. Let's drop back to $12 again with $1 on each where we started. And here we go. All right, let's go ahead and spin. All right, cruising right along right here, and let's keep it going. That's a loss, but we don't increase the bet, so we just rebet and spin after our first loss. And here we go. All right, that's a 14 red, and that is close to the zeros. That's a win, and we're up $144. We're still at base level, so there's no need to change the bet, and here we go. Okay, that's a loss on 18 red, so we'll just repeat the bet. Let's go ahead and do that and spin, and here we go. That's a 24 black. That's another loss. Okay, and that was at base level, so we go from $1 to $2 because we're going to add up the two previous bets of $1 and $1. And that's an 8 black. That's a loss. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and add up the two previous bets of $1 and $2, which gives us $3 on each of these bets. Here we go. All right, let's spin. This is a $36 total bet here. And here we go. All right, we almost hit the zero there. So we know that's a win, and that's a $72 win. We're up $168 already. Let's go back to 12 and spin. All right, here we go. And that's a 15 black. We lost, so we'll just repeat the bet. All right, same bet, $12, $1 on each. That's a 31 black. We lost, so we add up the two previous bets of $1 and $1, and we have $2 on each. All right, let's get a win here and try to hit one of those zeros. And that was close. That's a 9 red, so I think we won. We did. And $192 in profit already. Let's go back to 12 and spin. All right, here we go. All right, we almost hit the double zero, so we know we won that one. That's a $24 win. We're already up $216. All right, let's keep this rolling. And again, I've been seeing so many people winning, playing around the zeros at the casino lately. Let's get some wins in there ourselves. And there is a we're going to repeat that $12 bet because on the first loss we don't increase. And we almost hit the zero, so fantastic. That's another win. We're up $228 and still at base level. And let's keep the profits coming in. Here we go. That's a loss on 31 black. So we'll repeat that bet of $12 and spin. Okay, that's a 19 red. That's a loss. So we add up 1 plus 1, which is a $2 bet, which allows us to hit the double key for the only time that you're allowed to do that. And here we go. Another loss. And since we were at $2, we add up the two previous bets of $2 and $1, and we'll have $3 on each. So let's go ahead and do that. So $3 on everything, betting all around the zeros. And let's spin. All right, here we go. That's an 18 red. Okay, we lost, so we're going to add up 3 plus 2 now, which is 5. The two previous bets. And let's get all these to 5. Here we go. And spin $60 total bet. So if we lose this one, we'll add up 5 plus 3. And that's an 18 red. We lost. So we'll add up 5 plus 3, the two previous bets, and we'll have an $8 bet on each of those. Oh, one too many there. Okay, $8 on each. And this is a $2,000 bankroll system. Here we go. And let's spin. So we have plenty in the bankroll, and you know, that's what you want when you play roulette, is to have a good sized bankroll and the ability to be patient until good things happen. And we lost there. So now 8 plus 5 is $13, which will be our next bets. And this is why you need the bankroll, just in case you need to place these. And all we need to do is get around the zeros one time. Maybe I'll have a party like Michael that plays next to me does when I get near the zeros. We'll find out here in a second. All right, $13 on each. And here we go. So if we lose this, we'll add 13 plus 8, which will be $21. And that's a 16 red. We did lose, but we have the bankroll on this one. So you can see we still have about $1,900 left in the bankroll. So let's get these to $21. I think we're about due to hit, guys. And here we go. Let's get them up to 21. And this one actually almost won the Roulette Master Bracket Challenge. Not with the zeros, but the system, because it really pays, especially when you get further along in the bets. And I think we're probably going to hit one of these really soon. So let's go ahead and get these up to 21. There we go. That's a $252 total bet, but we have plenty in the bankroll. Let's get around the zeros. And that's a 30 red. We did not get it again. So now we add up 21 and 13. So that's 21, 31, 32, 33, $34 on each. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's see. Let's go ahead and put, let's get these up to $34 by adding 10s first. And then we'll add in some ones. There we go. All right, now let's get all these up to $34. And then I think we're going to get the win right here. What do you guys think? Here we go. We still have plenty of bankroll. And let's get these up to $34 each. All right, let's get the win right here at 408 total bet. I think we'll get around the zeros. We're due. And that's a 25 red, and that's close to the zeros, but not close enough. That's a $408 loss. My goodness. So we still have $1,200 left in the bankroll, but now you can see that was at 34 plus 21, so that's 34, 44, 54, $55 is what we're going to have to do here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll have to add 1 to each of these to get them to 55. Whoops. And we really need to get the win here. Let's get these to $55. I think we'll get the win right here. But who knows? Let's find out. And this is a $660 total bet. And let's get near those zeros. Oh, no. That's a 32 red. We lost. Ouch. Okay. So all we have left is $500. We can't even do this. So we're going to have to take some out. And let's see if we take 2 of those last chips off each one where we go to. Okay, here we go. That takes us to 44 each. Okay, we can place that bet. Let's go ahead and spin. This is our last chance right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we lost our bankroll with this one, guys. Actually went $16 over. So that just shows you right there. Betting around the zeros, I guess, doesn't always work because Fibonacci 12 usually works pretty well, and we didn't hit around the zeros for a very long time. So let me know what you think of that down in the comments as usual. Let me know if you like to play around the zeros or if you think it matters at all, and if you like Fibonacci 12, and that would be fantastic. But now it is time for the new Can't Lose Roulette system. I can't wait to share this with you. So let's just jump right in and get started. And let's see if it does a lot better than this one. I hope so. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the Can't Lose Roulette system. Let's place the bets, and you're not going to believe this. We're going to bet on almost everything, guys. In fact, we're going to have a bet on everything except for the 000. And that's a $110 bet. Let's go ahead and spin, and let me explain to you the progression that you're going to want to use with this. And here we go. That's a 31 black. Okay, that's a $10 win. So we're up 10 bucks. We're just going to rebet and spin. And then once we have losses, I'll share with you what the progression looks like. But you're going to have very few losses. We're betting on almost every number. It's another $10 win. We're up 20. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. There's going to be a different progression for partial losses on like we have on 1, 2, 3, and 34, 35, 36. And then there is on 000. We're up 30. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. But we're definitely not going to be doubling or anything like that. I'll share it with you as we go through. And that is a $10 win. We're up 40. We'll just rebet and spin. This is also a huge comp beast. You're going to get tons of comp credit playing this one. And that's a 19 red, and that's another win. And sometimes you might play this and never lose. We're up 50, but I bet before too long we'll get a partial loss or a total loss if we hit the 0 double 0. That's a 23 red. Then we'll go over the progressions, and we're up 60. Let's rebet and spin. If you like to win a lot, this is a fantastic roulette system for you. And we're sure doing that right now. That's a 29 black. Okay, and we're up $70. Let's rebet and spin, and let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 13 black. That's another win. Okay, we're up 80. Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. Okay, that's a 4 black. That's a $10 win. We're up $90. Let's just keep winning until we get that first loss, and then we'll get right down to the progressions. That's an 18 red. That's another win. Okay, we're already up $100. Let's rebet and spin. And the nice thing is once you get over $110 in profit, that's what your bet is. So that's a good thing, and that's a 26 black. Okay, we're up 110. We'll rebet and spin. And let's just keep getting wins, and then we'll deal with those losses as they come. And that's a 5 red, and that's another win. Okay, we're up $120. Let's rebet and spin. So easy to get wins playing this way, and but you need to know the progressions for when you lose, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're up $130. This is the Can't Lose Roulette system, and we'll find out today. And once we have some losses here, if that's the case, and but he says it is incredible and doesn't lose. So we're up $140. Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. We have a long ways to go on this one. So that's a 34 red, and that's our first partial loss. Okay, so he says when he gets partial losses, he goes up 2 units on each. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. So we're going to go from 10 to 30. And spin. And then once you get up and you're not at the base level anymore, each time you win, you're going to go back a unit. So that's a win there. And we're up 120. So we're going to now take a $10 bet off of each. So let's do that. So now we're back to 20 on each. And let's go ahead and spin. And then if we win here, we'll be back at base level. Okay, that's a 17 black. That's a win. So now we're back at base level. We're up $150. And let's go back to where we started, which is 110. And spin. Let's get back to making profit again with the Can't Lose Roulette system. Okay, that's a 30 red. That's a win. Okay, we're up 160. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 29 black. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're up 170. All right, let's rebet and spin. Here we go. That's a 4 black. And we just barely missed the 1, 2, 3 there, and we're up 180. I guess technically didn't because that's not next to them on the wheel, but on the board it is, I guess. And that is a 3 red, and we have a partial loss there. So we're going to go up 2 units again. So we're going to go from 10 to 30. Here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and spin, and then we'll go back a unit each time until we get back to $10. That's a 5 red. That's a win. We're up 160. We're just going to go take 1 unit off of each time we win. So now you know the progression for partial losses. We'll get to the progression for total losses here soon. And let's go ahead and spin. And if we get a win here, we'll be back at base level. That's a 16 red. That's a nice win. We're up $180. Let's get back to base level here. And let's see. So we'll make sure that's right. Yeah, we were at 20. So let's just take it back to 110 where we started. and spin. And here we go. So the only way to have total losses is to hit the 0 or double 0. And that's a 20 black. And if we don't hit one, I'll go over what you do. We're up $190. Let's rebet and spin. And it does seem pretty effortless so far. That's a 6 black. It just seems like we're making money, not much risk. And we're up $200. Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. And that's a 7 red. And we're up $210. Oh, I have something I want to talk to you guys about too. I just heard that they're putting roulette tables, and that's a partial loss. So we'll go up 2 units here in Las Vegas that have 4 zeros. And I'm going to be in Las Vegas this week. I got to go see this. This is crazy if that's true. Definitely don't want to play those ones. I've seen the ones that have 3 zeros before, and I couldn't believe those. And let's see. So those should all be at 30 now. Let's go ahead and spin. But if they really have roulette tables in Vegas now with 4 zeros, that's going to be crazy. So make sure you stay away from those next time you go if that's the case. But I'm going to go check it out and see. We're up $190. And once you're not at base level anymore, you just take a unit off each time that you win. And I accidentally deleted the whole thing there. Let me go ahead and get that back to where it's supposed to be. They should be at 20 each. So let's just take those off. We'll put that back on here in a second. But that needs to be at 20. And okay. Whoops. Why does that say 40? Let me get here. Oh, that shouldn't be 20 there. So, okay, let's go ahead and spin. I'm not sure. That's a glitch there, I think. Okay, that's a double 0. So that's our first total loss. So when we have total losses with this system, we're going to go up. We're going to go up 4 units. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you're not going to hit zeros a lot, but it will happen. So now they're going to be at 60 each. Okay, now we're at 660 total bet. Now, we only go back a unit until we're in session profit or close to profit. That's a 22 black. That's a $60 win. We're at 40. So we're going to take one of those off each time that we win. And we don't have to go all the way back to 10 if we get in session profit. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's spin again here at 550 total bet. All right, here we go. That's a 5 red, and that's a win. Okay, $50 win. We're up $90. So we'll take one of those off. I'm glad we hit the 0 though, so I could show you what to do when you hit the zeros. But you're going to have very few losses with this one, unless you just hit 0 10 times in a row. You should have very few losses with this system. And that's an 18 red. That's a win. We'll take another one off. Okay, we're up $130. Let's go ahead and take another one off. Okay, now we're at 30 each. There we go. Okay, now we're at 330 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin. That's an 11 black. That's a win. Okay, we're up 180. Let's go ahead and take another one off. Here we go. And that one actually should have another one on there. It should be at 20 each. Let me make sure that one is. It is. So let's take that off. Okay. Now they're back at 20 each. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 17 black, and that's a win. So now we should be back at base level. We're up $210. Let's go back to our original $110 bet. And let's just put them back out again. That doesn't look right. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. Okay, let's spin. Let's get back to making profit here again and cruising right along with this one, even after hitting some partial losses and a 0. So we're up 220. Let's rebet and spin. And let's see what we get here with the can't lose roulette system. That's a 24 black. And I'm hoping you guys test this out to see for yourself if you ever get in trouble where you would lose your $2,000 bankroll. So, but I'm glad that we've had all the losses possible so far. And there's a partial loss, so we go up 2 units. Here we go. And we go up 4 on total losses, which is 0 double 0. There's only 2 of them. Unless you play that roulette table with the 4 zeros, don't do that. That's in a 7 red there. Okay, that's a nice win there. We're up 210. Let's go ahead and take 1 off of each. Whoops. Let's go ahead and do that again. Okay, now we should be going back to 20 each. Okay, now it's ready at 220 total bet. Here we go. Tried to hit the 0 there, didn't it? That's a 9 red, but that's a win. And we're up $230. Let's take another one off. Actually, we're back at base level now, so all we have to do now is just go back to our original 110 bet and spin. All right, let's start making some more money, and that's a 32 red. And that is another win. We're up $240. Let's go ahead and just rebet and spin. And if you like to win, this sure is a good one because you're going to win almost every spin. Okay, and we're up 250. Let's rebet and spin again. Here we go. That's a 13 red or 13 black, and another $10 win. We're up 260. Let's rebet and spin. I will be in Las Vegas on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for Labor Day weekend. And that's a partial loss. We go up 2 units. So we're going to go 10 to 30. I can't wait. And bringing some people with me and getting a lot of people rooms. So that first night I'm going to be a busy guy. And here we go. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 23 red. $30 win. We're up 240. We're going to take another unit off each when we get the wins. So we'll be at 20 each now. Getting lots of people free rooms is a great idea until you realize that you have to check 6 or 7 groups of people in. And then you have $6,000 or $7,000 worth of holds on rooms. We're up $260. Let's go ahead and actually we're just going back to base level now because we were at 20. It's still good though. It feels good to to help other people out that can't get those kinds of rooms. But it's a lot the first night that you get there. And that's a $10 win. We're up 270. We'll rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 15 black. And $10 win. We're up 280. I'm looking forward to the pool at Circa, especially as warm as it probably is in Vegas right now. And that's going to be awesome. That's a 12 red. And we're up $290. Let's rebet and spin. And if you guys haven't been to Las Vegas, Circa is like the most modern place in the middle of old downtown. And you get the best of both worlds. You get to hang out on Fremont Street where everything is reasonably priced and lots of great free music and just a really good time. And then you get a super modern hotel that's pretty much adult paradise right in the middle of all of it. And if you're and we're up $310. And if you're curious, just Google Stadium Swim or Circa, and you'll see a lot of cool pictures. And that's an 11 black, and that's the 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, we made $320 profit with the Can't Lose roulette system. And thanks for sending this one in. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody that's been sending the systems in. Well, we've had some really nice ones lately that have made a lot of money, and it's been a lot of fun to test them. I hope you're enjoying it. And that's what we do on this channel is search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. I love it. And if you guys are enjoying the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.